ladies and gentlemen, the crypto space is finally pumping yet again. Well, realistically, it was only like one day of downwards pressure, but now it seems that many of the coins that we know and love are back into full-on pump territory. And I think it's pretty similar to what I described in my video yesterday, along the lines of right now, a couple of narratives are going to go really strong, one of which is going to be RWA, one of which perhaps could do really crazy is the Bitcoin ecosystem, and one that will most definitely do crazy is AI. A couple of maybe picks are, for example, the XRP Solana wave, but right now, indeed, Core is one of the biggest gainers, 45% up today. Uniswap is doing some crazy numbers together with some other DeFi, even a meme coin like 𝗕𝗃. I guess just the whole ETH ecosystem is in a really good spot right here. But just generally speaking, we are up. And that leads me back to a story which I described earlier, but I still might have not really put into everybody's head. Bitcoin first, then Ethereum, then altcoins. I've said it, but I'll say it again. Bitcoin first, Ethereum second, altcoins next. Somewhere in the middle of that process, people think, oh, this time is going to be different, but it's not. Every single time it works like this, and every single time it is just a matter of patience and just a matter of if you just keep on buying, you'll probably be golden. If you stop buying or you think of selling, usually it ain't the best of ideas when you look back. And I'm telling you guys right now, we back in 2022, deepest of the bear market. And I've said this back in the 2018 trenches as well, in the 2020 trenches. Things are going to get crazier from here. And you know what's funny? People sometimes say, Dusty, why do you say things can come down from here or they can go up? Because nobody can predict the future. But with crypto, you kind of don't really need to know too much, except for the fact that if we look back, within, let's say, 3 years from now, we will most likely have touched some crazy, oh, the camera might be kind of stuck, but some crazy high points. And if we know that between now and let's say 1,000 days, prices from our average crypto buys will be up at least a couple 100%, beating the stock market, beating anything, then it's just basically a matter of, okay, how low can I buy in and how much can I buy? But still, people confuse it with, ooh, will this time be different? Ooh, will it really happen? And the best response I always give is you're selling your coins to institutions like BlackRock. They don't care about all your fears. They don't care about your 9-month plan. They care about a multi-year plan. And they know as well that they don't even want to sell this cycle. Most of these institutional managers, they don't care about one little bull market. They care about wealth throughout time. That's one part of it. But more importantly, as I said earlier in the video, Bitcoin first, Ethereum next, altcoins after. They are banking for the next big thing. Right now, if you're selling Ethereum, in my opinion, you're for the most part just selling it to some big institution that's dragging it all up because they know it's still relatively early into the cycle. And most of the big institutions that only want to work through ETFs haven't even gotten access to it. It's almost, I'm not your financial advisor, right? But I'm telling you guys right now, it's an almost guaranteed doubling of our money with Ethereum over the next, I'm going to say, again, to be really stupid here, I'm going to say 3 years. But I'll just, to be honest, right, I'll say, if I have a 2x Ethereum long open at any given time, I think at this point it shouldn't take more than 9 months for my money to double. To be really conservative still, I think it would be way quicker, but I'm just saying it out there. But then at a maximum, I would say like 3 years. That's my personal maximum. I'm not sure if financial advisor though, and things may change, but it's just what makes sense for us to double our money within a few months here. Because if it follows a similar path as Bitcoin, it's going to go way crazier than that. But the way I see it is Bitcoin first, Ethereum next. Bitcoin was the first, sets an expectation. Ethereum will scatter that expectation, mostly because of the bull market vibes and mostly because people are already excited on the baseline of Bitcoin. But then as altcoins roll on in, the amount of money and the amount of excitement will be so high, and people will realize, yes, institutions are bidding on this. Yes, institutions want to buy it like crazy. Why sell cheap? Or more importantly, cheap is relative. Why sell now? Why sell when you're literally at the start of the biggest institutions joining the game? I don't fully understand anybody's thinking process in that. Let me rephrase, right? If you are selling some coins because you've made a crazy amount of profit, yeah, fair, do that, of course. Or second point, if you're selling some coins to buy other coins, you're a true G, because you always got to reconsider, reevaluate, and restructure your portfolio. But I think you're a dumbass if you're getting out of crypto. Again, my personal thoughts, and I'm a straight up guy like that. I think you're a dumbass if you're selling all your crypto to never get back in at a point like this. The only counter argument you can give me that I'll accept as valid is you saying you want to sell the moment it starts to get too interesting for institutions, because that's when things go kaput. If that's your argument, I'm going to shake your hand and say, you know what? I disagree, but I feel the perspective. I can understand. I still think you're wrong, but I still understand. All 99% of other people, though, will say, you know what? Indeed, if all these guys really want to get into it, it just makes too much sense for the price over a period of time, which is most likely the next few years, to just go up. Most likely kind of sporadic with some crazy spurts where people least expect it, instead of the most expected path. But still, the expected path following like a sort of upwards curve will most likely still be followed following any piece of logic. And for that reason, I don't want to say it again because people really dislike it when I talk about XRP or Solana, but I do believe still that the next big two waves could be Solana and XRP. There's some room for Ondo, just the RWA coins, the AI coins. In the comments, people keep asking me, which coins? Man, I've made full videos explaining which AI coins. I've made videos talking about which RWA coins. Yeah, so anyway, XRP, Solana could be in a really good spot. I've been reading so many messages here and so many tweets about the next big wave coming. But honest truth, and that's kind of funny, more people right now seem to be excited about Bitcoin and a Bitcoin move above the all-time high than for Ethereum, which is peculiar, but perhaps because Ethereum has got a little bit of waiting to do here for the S1 ETF approvals, so that might take a bit of time, which is what people are speculating. Bitcoin will go for a run first above the all-time high, Ethereum will follow, go above all-time high, and then just crazy on altcoins. I am going to say altcoins are in a way better position right now than about 1 or 2 weeks ago. As I told you guys, I had been selling a lot of altcoins at like really, really bad spots, like bottom-wise, mostly just to stack up for this type of moment here where I'm reevaluating, going for the most proper narratives. And the most important one I'd say seems to be RWA, the tokenization of everything. I'll talk about it more in a video, probably in a few hours here. It's late, gotta get some sleep, but that's the main narrative I'm watching right now. I'd love to say AI, but it's less interesting right now, even though NVIDIA is at one of the best spots, than RWA and tokenization. So focus on those two. It'll probably treat you the best, but I'll get back to you guys in probably a few hours with some core updates and a couple of coins I'm watching for the near future.